The latest fully functional hot sauce gun that packs a peppered punch. Crafted using the hottest pepper known to man, Pepper X delivers a molten magnitude of rapid-fire mayhem. Warning, it's hot. What's up, guys? Anthony here of Vortex Visions Designs, and I have a little fun video for you guys today, a little bit different than the usual sketching. 3D modeling in Blender for a concept of the hot sauce gun, basically the pepper pistol. You can see the sketch in the background there, and you might have seen it in one of my previous videos, but yeah, I was like, you know what, this is a really fun design. I think it would work well if I did a simple 3D model, and that's exactly what I decided to do. So basically I'm blocking out the shapes here, really trying to just keep things simple and using subdivision modifiers, make everything smooth, and just really keeping it true to the original design. And first of all, if you guys aren't aware, this is part of the Eat or Die series. It's a series I've created in 2018. Been working on it ever since, involving battle-ready food characters, food puns. Obviously, there's going to be food puns, and I'm just kind of developing the universe of which things would pertain to. So, like the hot sauce gun could be part of a fast food themed world, or what character might wield this gun. Maybe it's an unlockable. Maybe there's so many possibilities. There's so many directions that I could take, and that's just sometimes it is overwhelming for me because I get so excited with ideas, and I'm just like, oh, I would love to do this, I would love to do that. So I tend to work on various things at the same time. But without getting too ahead of myself, I'm taking it one step at a time. If I like a concept and I think it would look good in a certain medium, like 3D or 2D, then I'll go ahead and I'll try and do it. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm really just copying the initial sketch that I made. I thought it was a cool design. I thought it was funny. And even though the design has some flaws in it in terms of usability, like the scope on the top of the bottle, I know that the pepper's blocking the scope, but it's funny because it's a hot sauce gun, so it doesn't have to be accurate to real life. It could just be for pure aesthetics, and I just wanted something that would look cool. I'm always going for that cool factor because I like things that are cool, so I go ahead and I do them. At least I attempt to do them. But yeah, so I apologize for speeding up the video of what exactly I'm doing here. I'm not really going over the process of how I'm doing it. It's more so just talking over through the video. But if you don't mind that, then I appreciate you for just sticking around, enjoying the process. If you guys would like to see more in-depth videos of how I do things, then definitely let me know. Any feedback at this point, especially considering my channel is new, is much appreciated, and it will help with the evolution of the channel overall. So definitely feel free to voice your opinions, your thoughts, whatever it is comes to mind. Anything at all is always appreciated. But yeah, so here we go. I'm creating the the back side of the gun. I feel like these would be light indicators that would indicate that the gun's heated up to its full potential and is ready to fire. How would you reload this gun? I'm not entirely sure. I was thinking originally maybe you replace the pepper, so maybe you'd have to find pepper ammunition throughout the game. Initially, I'll give you, without going over too much of the game because a lot of it is kind of confidential, but I'm just kind of sculpting out some ideas here and just showcasing what it is I initially would like to do. But I don't want anybody to steal my ideas. Not that I don't trust you guys, but there are people out there who do that, and there are some artists who are part of my team that are going to be helping me later on. Pretty skilled people too, and so they signed an NDA, and they have to keep things confidential as well. But basically I have a character called Shamrocker, and he's supposed to be like a drunk leprechaun who has a talking beer. He's supposed to be like the merchant of the game, so maybe you would have to buy special ammunition from him in order to use the pepper pistol. But there could be so many other guns, so many other weapons, costumes, the characters, the layout of the levels. There's just so many things. Excuse me. But basically, what I would like to do is have like this 2D-ish style integrated with 3D, because if I do all hand-drawn, it's going to be a lot of work. If I do all 3D modeling, it'd be a little bit easier than just drawing all the stuff, but I want it to look hand-drawn as well. So I think if I do 3D with a certain look to it that makes it look like it's drawn, or some 2D elements to it, then I think that would work out really well. And as I've also mentioned in previous videos, I have a lot of inspirations for where I'm going in terms of the direction of the game and the universe I've been building upon. Inspiration being from like Hollow Knight. I love Hollow Knight. It's one of my favorite games. It's amazing that only like a team of 4 people created that whole thing. It's very elaborate. It's just such an adventure. It has just this unique aesthetic to it. It's very intricate, and I just love that. I love how like unique it looks, and how so many other people found it to be such a great game that they've themselves, you know, got inspired to create their own things based on the idea of that. And that's kind of, I mean, in general, that's what anybody would do, any artist would do with any art in general, is to be inspired and to create their own rendition of something. That's, you know, basically what I'm doing here. But I digress. Basically, I'm creating a universe inspired by kind of like the level of detail you would find in Hollow Knight, but you know, right now it's just me working on everything, so I'm just generating the ideas as I go and looking for the best fit for the ideal direction of how I'd like to go about this. Now, it's a whole learning process. You know, I won't say that I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's okay. I'm having fun with it, and you know, I feel like if I've gotten this far with everything, then a couple years down the line, you know, it'll take off to a whole new direction, and you know, it could be worth it in the long run to just have putting energy into this whole idea and seeing it evolve. But honestly, you know, I'm taking it one step at a time, not trying to get too far ahead of myself, so here we are. But yeah, as a person who's been using Blender 3D for a little over 2 years now, I've definitely learned a lot, and seeing the progress from the beginning to now has been really rewarding. And you know, there's still a lot of things that I lack in, and there's still a lot of things that I struggle in learning how to do, but a lot of it has to do, I feel, with just trial and error, and that's with a lot of things too, like sketching and, you know, graphic design and all the other mediums that I tend to enjoy. It's just trial and error, and it's always going to be like that. Like, you're never going to just master something completely. Maybe with very few exceptions, but yeah, you'll always have room for improvement, and hopefully that inspires you guys to, you know, just kind of have fun with projects. Like right now, life has been throwing a lot of hurdles my way, and I've just been really overwhelmed with things. It's been really difficult, and despite that, like, I need to keep creating in order to keep myself sane. So, you know, don't let anything hinder your work as well. Like, always make time for yourself and do something that you like doing. Like, even for me, I get a lot of commissions, and sometimes that takes away a huge chunk of time to really get other stuff done that I really want to work on. But despite the fact, I always make time to do something that I want to do, because over the last few years, it's really just been working on commissions and just trying to get paid enough to pay rent, and I didn't like doing that. I wanted to make stuff for myself as well, so I took the initiative to really just hone in to my passion and make time for what it is I wanted to do. So definitely consider that for yourself. Make sure that, you know, you dedicate that time, no matter what obstacles you're going through, to yourself, and to make yourself happy and do something that you just generally want to do. So anyway, yeah, appreciate you for stopping by, guys. Hopefully you like this video. If you want me to discuss more in depth of how I went about modeling this or future models as well, definitely let me know, and I will consider that and try to make it a little bit more cohesive. As you know, I don't have a lot of time, so I kind of just wing these videos and make them as I go, but lots more planned later on down the road, so I'm sure the channel will evolve and will be more elaborate later on. So I appreciate any of the feedback. Smash the thumbs, all that stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Alright, until then, peace.